Not Slark, Clockwork, you know, Nyx Assassin, kind of those heroes in position 5, because you have a long lane to chase people down. When you're a 4, it's not that easy, though. I guess you do have an Enigma, so that does make it easier in a sense that the lane will be at your side, and it's gonna be much easier for him to harass the Faceless Void in the Bane. So it does make sense to put him in the 4 role other than the 5. I have to say though, the problem I see with LBZS's draft is damage. How do you kill people? Even if you get the stun with the DK, how are you gonna finish people off? The Viper and the Slark don't really scream out damage. This Void Spirit is gonna be too strong. And yeah, I'm liking that LBZS are gunning for something interesting here at 20-minute timing, but at that timing, the young PH Void Spirit will get an axe. So I can't really go against this Yangon Galacticos draft. I love it so much. I think it's amazing overall.
Now we're going to be standing against each other again. Yeah, we'll see how that will happen. Of course, the Viper TA against the Alchemist plus Grim. Yeah, plus Grim. That's definitely a lane that can go either way. Slark's, the big plus of Slark is obviously once he hits level 6, you know, the counter ward potential is going to be enormous if he plays it well. It's kind of also why Zeus position for, you know, as support is just really hard to deal with, because he's just going to clear out all your vision, and that's kind of a big problem, because if you don't have vision you can't find the Enigma, and that is where they really need what they need to find, because the Void Spirit is a hero that, you know, you want to jump to get the catch and the kill. You don't want to jump to find the vision to be able to try and find the enemies. And that's where they're really lacking on the side of YG. Their vision gain is very weak.
Okay, now when I'm looking at this LBZS lineup, I'm still not going to change my mind. I think Yangon's lineup is amazing, but I think I know how LBZS want to play. So first off, they have strong lanes. Enigma, Slark, and the TA Viper, they're going to do well in their side lane. So when you do well, you tend to delay the timing of the opponents in the laning phase. Then I would actually like the DK not to get a blink, but to go for something like a BKB or that man tags. Just let's watch this fight, then I can continue with my tantrum. And no, it's not a fight because they don't have a sentry, and Kagame just scouted them out.
Yeah, they're just gonna quickly get the Inkswell stun. Kagame TA. He tries to meld hide, but they do place a sentry. At the very least, he forced out a sentry ward in the area, but it is going to be the first kill secured in favor of YG in the game. And Salad was... did he just... oh no, he was looking if he could find the ward in towards mid, but did not spot it out himself. But yeah, that's definitely not too shabby of a start here for YG. And they definitely need to slow down this TA, because this TA has a game where he can, like, one-shot half the enemy team. Well, more than half the enemy team.
Yeah, I think that's the case. So LBZS, you win the lanes, you scout out wards with the Slark. I like the point that you made, and you just be annoying. You play like an Enchantress. You're really fast, you go around the map, you're level 6, you're hard to kill, they don't want to go for you, and you're taking down wards. Your cores are getting farm by you being annoying, and then the TA hits her timing and you fight. I think that's the path to victory, and that's the... if I was playing this draft, that's how I would like it executed. But I still don't see it. Even if you hit that 20-minute timing with the TA, if you get a super early BKB, and axe on the Void Spirit is going to be amazing. Top lane.
Another kill coming in here for YG. Alchemist gets the kill. Unstable Concoction, one of the strongest level 1 abilities in the game, does a ton of damage, very lengthy stun as well. Same with like the DK stun, it's also one of the strongest level 1 spells in the game. And I would say Visage, I can't remember what that is. Soul Assumption is also one of those tools. It's just ridiculously powerful early game.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking that maybe you were talking about another spell that you really can't remember, but yeah, Soul Assumption is amazing. A lot of heroes that have really strong level 1 spells are currently in the meta, Visage being one of them. I'm hoping we're gonna be seeing some of him in the tournament. He's a drag to play against, but he's definitely fun to watch.
Just constantly throwing out the stuns on the Alchemist. Very annoying to deal with. He's also got, of course, the acid spray, so that gets rid of refraction charges on the TA pretty quickly. It's not a bad lane counter for the TA, even though TA was last picked against him, which is, well, an interesting choice in that regard. Mid lane, DK versus Void Spirit. Honestly, just like a DK versus 90% of the other heroes, very little to almost no kill threat between the two.
Yeah, really almost. So the only hero that the DK threatens to kill is the Puck, and even that rarely does happen, but sometimes you make a mistake with the orb and you get stunned up. But overall, DK, just like against many heroes, he will come out on top just ever so slightly, and the Void Spirit will probably try to farm the small camp a little bit to equalize the gold count, but really not gonna be an interesting lane to watch. The Grimstroke lane, though, with the Alchemist, I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of fighting there, and I would like for the observers to move to the Enigma Slark lane, because that's the one that I'm actually hoping to see more of.
Yeah, what does the Slark do? What does he build? Is it just going to be like max level pounce, or get 1 point in like, how does your friend build the Slark?
He maxes Dark Pact.
Okay, really, just for farming purposes, or
for I haven't watched him play it much, but he does get a lot of farm later on when he's invading the enemy jungle. I would assume that is the play. So I think for damage, because you get the Dark Pact damage and cooldown reduction on level 10 and 15, and for you know, for farming purposes, because you want to get the Ag Shard as early as possible.
This lane is looking pretty rough here in the top side. Alchemist doesn't have the fullest farm just yet. 10 creep kills, but you know, getting a couple of heroes killed, it definitely does add to your nice value in the bottom lane. Slark does take a lot of damage from him. The bashes galore coming through and will be forced all the way back. In the meantime, it is a 1k net worth advantage for YG here, which is a pretty good start to their laning stage, where we initially thought that the lanes would actually favor LBZS a little bit more.
Yep, usually when you have a position 5 Viper, you don't want to lose the lane. This DA also doesn't want to die here, but then again, if you don't want to die, you shouldn't be at your opponent's triangle 4 minutes into the game. Not sure what the TA wants to be buying in the secret shop that you're gonna go that route, or was he just running away from them?
Yeah, that is definitely a weird spot to be in at that stage. I don't even know what you would buy at the secret shop, to be fair. So yeah, the death that should have been and could have been avoided. Right now, they're actually significantly losing the top lane, like really heavily on that TA, and that with a Viper position 5 is very surprising. Towards mid, they might want to try and go for the DK kill. It is a level 2 Inkswell, but yeah, it is also a level 5 DK, and you need probably both the supports to rotate in to even be able to secure that kill.
I'm not even sure that you secure it though. The Void Spirit spells have been over the time nerfed quite a bit. Before he gets like level 8-9, he really isn't doing that much damage. He needs maxed out spells in both the Resonant Pulse and the Assimilate. So I think PP would be fine either way. I would assume supports want to rotate just to prevent the tower from taking a lot of damage, but we can already see the Slark moving over.
Well, the Void Spirit is being chased. Slark bounce does miss though, and Young PH just gonna hide in the tree, stay alive. Solid won't be able to catch up, though now needs to be a little bit careful himself. Is gonna be trying to disengage, takes a lot of damage, jump in, and that's a big kill from Young PH. Yasuo step, PP lacking severely in damage at this stage. They get the Inkswell plus silence going on. Detachment is next, and they are just tearing apart the laning stage. They are dominating LBZS, and yeah, the Slark support, I'm not seeing it just yet.
I'm not seeing it either.
Radiant's top tower is under
I
attack.
saw people play it,
Radiant's courier
but
has been
this is not looking good for
Radiant's
Salad, I
courier
have to
has
say.
been
Also,
killed.
the shard from the Slark doesn't save you from the Chrono. The ulti of the Slark hides you in the Chrono, but the Depth Shroud does not. PP? Okay, he's not fine actually.
Double damage does that to people. Makes them very not fine in the process. Yeah, 7-0 YG taking a little bit of revenge of a last game so far.
Dire's
Net
top
worth
tower
wise,
is under
they're
attack.
not really that far ahead. Actually, TA is ahead of the Faceless Void, which is even more remarkable. He's also level 6, so he's going to be able to get those vision traps all over the place, which is a big plus for the LBZS. I think the big difference that LBZS has an advantage over this game should become the vision in their favor. Like, that is going to be the biggest plus that they